Another strategy businesses use to increase their follower count on Instagram is to try and get their existing audience to help attract more people. There are a number of ways that this can be done. One great way to do this is to run a contest. Here you'll simply offer a prize for people taking a certain picture and uploading it with a tag. If you have a product such as a smartphone, for example, you can ask followers to post photos of themselves on your smartphone. If you have a certain item of clothing or a pair of shoes, then you can have a fashion contest and get your followers to post their outfit combinations that revolve around the item that you sell. Then simply tag your brand in the picture or use a particular hashtag, and you can assess the winners and award a prize. This is fantastic for you because if you get lots of people to join in, you can gain huge exposure across the participants' networks. At the same time, they'll be engaging with you and they'll be showing off your product in dynamic photos, and they'll generally be acting as ambassadors for your brand. This is the perfect scenario. Another option is simply to occasionally feature images of other customers. This way, you just say the best images that have a certain tag will be regrammed for your audience. This is fun exposure for them, but for you it means you'll constantly have a large number of users engaging with your brand and linking to it. This is like a low-level contest that will go on continuously. Caption contests are a great way to get people to engage with your photos and comment below, which in turn will help make your account look active and will get you more likes. Just take an obscure picture and then add caption contest in the description. And as a side note, getting likes, which look like a heart on Instagram, is a powerful strategy as it will help you get seen by more people. That's because there's a section on Instagram where you can see all the content that your friends have liked. This means that if people like your photos, they will show up in that section for more other people. If you want to take a more active approach in growing your network, then another way that you can do this is to comment on other people's images, like them, and follow people. Remember earlier that we said 65% of Instagram users find this flattering. This also plays to one of the big strengths of Instagram in particular, which is its highly narcissistic nature. That is to say, if you should like a picture someone has taken on Instagram, they will almost certainly at least be intrigued enough to look at your username and see what you have on your account. If they like what they see, they might just follow. The same goes for commenting, especially if you say something kind or witty, and for following, which works best if the person is clearly directly in your target demographic. So an active form of marketing that you can do on Instagram is simply to browse through images that have recently been uploaded, by looking at the hashtags that are relevant to your brand, and then to comment, like, and follow the people you find that way. As a result, you'll find you generate some interest and some significant new followers. Want to get more likes? A smart little trick you can use is to upload an image and then add the text if ... For instance, a picture of Bruce Lee with the text "Double tap if you think this man is a legend" is likely to get you a huge amount of likes. The strategies I just mentioned can be used to try to help you get a large quantity of new followers, but this is really just one of two big ways you can work with other users on Instagram. The other big way is to stop focusing on quantity and instead to narrow down and focus on quality. This is what's known as influencer marketing. Influencer marketing means that you find someone who already has a large following on your chosen social platform and who has established themselves as an authority. These people will have the ability to sway the opinions of large groups of followers, which is where you eventually want to be. Instead of spending months or years trying to reach this point, why not piggyback on the success of someone who has already gotten there? In other words, why not see if you can't get someone to post on your behalf to their audience? Of course, there needs to be something in it for them, and this could mean that you pay them, or you promote them in exchange for them promoting you, a bit like an ad swap. Or you could just try targeting influential members of the public and hope that they'll like your brand enough to do it for free. One tool that you can use to this end is Instagram Direct, which is essentially a way of sending a picture to an individual user. This is a great way to show an influencer something you've done that they might be interested in or that you think their audience might be interested in. If you're lucky, they may give you a shout out. Very often, social media marketing can become even more effective when you combine it with real-world networking. This is certainly true of LinkedIn, and it's very true of Instagram. A great example of how this can work comes not from Instagram, but from Twitter. Do you know what the most retweeted tweet of all time is? That would be the selfie that Ellen DeGeneres took at the Oscars, and which featured the likes of Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, Kevin Spacey, and Angelina Jolie. Why was this picture so successful? No doubt because each of those stars would have retweeted it, and this would then in turn have been retweeted by many of their collective millions of fans. And as you can see here at the time that I'm making this video, it's been retweeted more than 3 million times. What does all this have to do with Instagram? Simple. If you can bag a selfie with yourself and someone who has a fair amount of clout, then you have a legitimate excuse to tag them and to include them in your marketing. As a result, your content will then be seen by all of their followers, which can lead to lots more people following you. This is one of the few ways that you can almost guarantee that you'll get to partake in someone's influencer marketing, and it almost doesn't require their actual participation. This is a very big and important reason to go to networking events if you aren't going already. If you go to events where you're likely to meet lots of other marketers, you'll potentially be able to gain access to all their followers through social media. In the next video, I will talk you through how businesses are actually using Instagram.